Hey guys, and welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about the Diverseathon, which is coming up, but before we do that, apologies for any construction noise and or gardening noise that you can hear. Hopefully you can't hear it as much as I think you guys can, but this is just reality of midday in the suburbs. So like I said, today we're going to be talking about the Diverseathon readathon, which is going to be taking place from Sunday, January 22nd through Sunday, January 29th, and it is hosted by a load of people this year. So what I'm going to do is just link the announcement video that Joss from Squibbles Reads did, because she does a really good job of breaking down not only the booktubers who are hosting this year, but also the book blogger and bookstagrammer who are involved as well. The big goal of the Diverseathon is to encourage people to read stories and books that come at things from a different perspective than their own. So whether that means that you're going to be reading authors of a different color or culture, or whether you're going to pick up a non-straight cisgendered author, or you want to read something by someone with a disability, you know, basically it's a readathon promoting diverse reading of all kinds. Because I didn't get to participate in the inaugural Diverseathon, I am super excited to take part this time, and today I thought I would talk you guys through the books on my TBR. To start off, I wanted to talk about a book that I am in the middle of and would love to complete during this readathon, and that is Unaccustomed Earth by Jhumpa Lahiri. This is a short story collection that I have been reading since spring of 2016, which of course is not to say that I'm not enjoying it, because I am, but I've just been definitely taking my time with it. Now, the other big theme of Diverseathon is to promote reading own voices literature. So people writing about their own backgrounds or their own cultures, rather than reading, say, like a white person writing about Asian culture. So I guess I'll go ahead and mention the background of all of my authors. Jhumpa Lahiri is a Bengali American author who is the daughter of Bengali immigrants. Then, because I still didn't get to this one last year, and because apparently I put it on every TBR ever, I'm going to try and get to A Pale View of Hills by Kazuo Ishiguro, which is about a Japanese woman who finds herself living in England post-World War II. Now, Kazuo Ishiguro is a Japanese-British author. He was in fact born in Japan, but now resides in England. Then for the book that I'm most excited for on this entire TBR, I have The Reluctant Fundamentalist by Mohsin Hamid. Now, I got this one out from my library, though I do own what I believe is his third novel, How to Get Filthy Rich in Rising Asia, which I have not read yet, so if I like this, then this should be read in the near future. Basically, I'm a little bit low-key obsessed with the actor Riz Ahmed right now, who you guys should know from Star Wars, and if you saw HBO's The Night Of, you'd know him from that as well. He starred in Mira Nair's film adaptation of this book, which I just thought was a phenomenal film. So I'm very interested to read the book that inspired the film. And from what I understand, this is written kind of as a monologue in which the narrator is addressing the reader as though they were in conversation. And as for Mohsin Hamid, he is a Pakistani author who was raised in Pakistan, went to school in the United States, and I believe now splits his time between London and Lahore, Pakistan. So yeah, definitely an own voices author. Then, because the readathon is obviously taking place over the course of a work week, I wanted to make sure to have an audiobook that I could listen to while I was at work, so I'm still getting reading done. And for this, I picked Born a Crime by Trevor Noah. If you somehow don't know who Trevor Noah is, he is a South African comedian who has taken over The Daily Show, and I just find him super funny, super clever, and just very intelligent in general. And I'm really interested in getting into this book because he has described it as kind of a love letter to his mother, and I want to know what that's all about. Now, if I finish Born a Crime, I might go ahead and download The Underground Railroad, because that is the group read for the readathon, but I'm not gonna stress if I don't get to that one. And the final book here on my TBR is The Essential Quran, The Heart of Islam, an introductory selection of readings from the Quran, translated and presented by Thomas Cleary. That is a mouthful. So when I was in college, I took an Introduction to Islam course, and I honestly thought it was so very fascinating, so eye-opening, and I would honestly recommend to any of you guys who have to take some sort of religious requirement take an Introduction to Islam course because it's just so very relevant for today's world. I feel like in today's world, so many people have really strong opinions about Islam and about Muslims in general, and yet are really undereducated on the religion. So I would just say don't be those people, and if you're gonna have opinions, at least be a person with informed opinions. This is not the whole Quran, as it says, it's just selected readings, but so far I'm really enjoying it. Obviously they share the same Abrahamic roots as Christianity and Judaism, so a lot of the early verses feel very reminiscent of the Old Testament, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to continuing this and continue educating myself about a topic on which I have barely scratched the surface. So these are my TBR picks for the upcoming Diverseathon, and I'm honestly so excited about this, not so much for my own reading, just to see a whole community of people really emphasize talking about diverse stories and diverse characters and diverse perspectives. Just makes me very happy. So if you guys have read any of these books and you would like to share your thoughts on them with me in the comments below, I always appreciate that. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching. Happy reading if you are participating in the Diverseathon, and I will see you next time. Bye!